Okay, today's lesson is called Why the Hell Can't I Solder? Here's my soldering gun, which as you can see is glowing red hot. And as you can see on my finger, I have touched it and burned myself. I have solder, and it's little skinny stuff, just for electrical work. And I have flux, which I have dipped this in so that it is clean. This is a piece of 14 gauge wire to which I'm trying to attach an eyelet. And I have failed to do this about 6 times now, and I'm just wondering, what am I doing wrong? Here's my red hot soldering iron, which I am touching to the fitting. Give it a chance to heat up. And you can see that the solder does not melt. The wire is discoloring from the heat. I've been at this for about 45 minutes trying to figure out why all of a sudden I have become retarded, but I am completely unable to solder wires anymore. Despite the fact that it's been a skill I've been doing for 35 years, today is the day where it just doesn't work anymore. And I don't understand. I have 2 extremely powerful soldering irons, and you would think that a piece of steel that gets red hot would be hot enough to melt this solder. But it is not. Not even close. Nothing's happening. Can't get any heat into the metal where I want it. You will note the insulation is starting to melt and bubble. The wire is discolored about 1 inch down the insulation, so there's a whole lot of heat going in there, but the soldering is not happening, and I'm at a complete loss to explain why. And I'm about to take this soldering iron and jam it into my eye. So obviously it's hot enough. It's melting the solder when I touch it to the iron, but just not able to get this little tiny piece of metal hot enough to do any kind of real work. Getting tired of everything I do on this project being uphill both ways, with this simply being the latest. All I want is to connect a few wires. I don't want to do that half-assed crimp shit, but it looks like that is what I'm going to be reduced to doing, because this just does not work anymore. Don't know why. Don't understand it, but nothing is happening. Cannot put enough heat into it. There is no soldering happening. It's strong enough to vaporize the solder instantly. Plenty hot. Nothing happening. So if you want to tell me what I'm doing wrong, I would appreciate it. If you want to call me a retard and a fuck up, that's okay too, because this is something that anybody can do except me. I seem to have completely lost the ability to solder, like somebody who's had a stroke and can no longer walk. So just don't know what I'm doing, but I've had about enough. I'm gonna go jam this red hot soldering iron into the gas tank of this piece of junk car and let it burn to the ground. I will see you later.